In this video, we delve into the ongoing relationship between former President Trump and fossil fuels as the green energy revolution faces significant obstacles. Despite the global push for renewable energy, Trump's administration has continued to prioritize coal and oil, leading to federal subsidy cuts and delays in offshore wind projects. We'll explore how this shift not only sidelines climate experts but also impacts renewable energy jobs, all while revealing the powerful influence of fossil fuel lobbyists on energy policy. Join us as we unpack the consequences of this fossil fuel love affair and its implications for the future of clean energy. 1. Criticism of renewable energy. Donald Trump, during his presidency, often criticized renewable energy sources, particularly wind and solar power. He claimed that these sources were unreliable and detrimental to the American economy. Despite evidence to the contrary, he argued that wind turbines killed birds and that solar panels were not effective enough. His comments often disregarded the technological advancements in renewable energy that have made them both efficient and economically viable. This stance positioned renewable energy as a threat rather than a solution, influencing public perception negatively. Critics argue that this narrative hindered the growth of a burgeoning industry that could have created numerous jobs and reduced environmental harm. 2. Federal subsidy cuts. Under Trump's administration, there was a significant shift in federal subsidies. Funding for wind and solar projects was dramatically reduced, while subsidies for fossil fuels remained largely untouched or were even increased. This decision sent a clear message about the administration's energy priorities. By cutting support for renewables, the government effectively stymied their development and growth. This move was seen as a step backward in the global effort to transition to cleaner energy sources. The disparity in subsidies further tilted the playing field in favor of fossil fuels, maintaining their dominance in the U.S. energy landscape. 3. Focus shift in the Department of Energy. The Department of Energy saw a noticeable shift in focus away from renewable energy research during Trump's term. Funds that could have supported innovative clean energy technologies were redirected toward expanding fossil fuel industries. This reallocation of resources was a clear signal of the administration's priorities. The decision to fund fossil fuel expansion over renewable research was met with criticism from environmentalists and energy experts. They argued that this shift ignored the long-term benefits of investing in sustainable energy solutions. By prioritizing fossil fuels, the U.S. risked falling behind in the global race toward a cleaner energy future. 4. Promotion of coal. Trump's advocacy for coal was a defining feature of his energy policy. He often referred to coal as the future of American energy, despite its declining industry and environmental consequences. This stance was at odds with the global trend of moving away from coal due to its high carbon emissions. Trump's promotion of coal was seen as an attempt to revive an industry that many believed was beyond saving. The emphasis on coal was criticized as being out of touch with economic realities and environmental responsibilities. By focusing on coal, other cleaner and more sustainable energy sources were sidelined. 5. Offshore wind project delays. Offshore wind projects faced numerous hurdles during Trump's presidency. These projects encountered delays and additional regulatory barriers, even as offshore drilling was fast-tracked. The administration's actions appeared to favor fossil fuel exploration over renewable energy development. This approach was criticized for stifling innovation and progress in the renewable sector. The delays in offshore wind projects meant missed opportunities for job creation and energy diversification. By placing obstacles in the path of wind energy, the administration slowed down the transition to a more sustainable energy system. 6. Tax incentives and vehicle standards. Trump's administration removed tax incentives for electric vehicles while supporting gas-powered vehicles. This decision was part of a broader rollback of fuel efficiency standards. The removal of incentives for EVs was seen as a setback for the electric vehicle market. By making gas-powered vehicles more attractive, the administration encouraged continued reliance on fossil fuels. This move was criticized for ignoring the potential environmental benefits of electric vehicles. The rollback of fuel efficiency standards also raised concerns about increased emissions and environmental impact. 7. Sidelining climate experts. Climate scientists and clean energy experts found themselves sidelined during Trump's presidency. Many were removed from federal advisory boards, limiting their influence on policy decisions. This exclusion of expert voices was seen as a hindrance to informed decision-making. The sidelining of climate experts was criticized for ignoring the scientific consensus on climate change. By excluding these voices, the administration's policies were seen as lacking a comprehensive understanding of the challenges posed by climate change. The absence of expert input was viewed as a barrier to effective and sustainable energy policy. 8. Withdrawal from international climate agreements. Trump's withdrawal of the U.S. from international climate agreements marked a significant setback for global clean energy initiatives. This decision isolated the U.S. from collaborative efforts to combat climate change. By stepping away from these agreements, the administration signaled a lack of commitment to international climate goals. The withdrawal was criticized for undermining global efforts to transition to renewable energy. This move was seen as a missed opportunity for the U.S. to lead in the global energy transition. The decision to withdraw was viewed as a step backward in addressing the urgent issue of climate change. 9. Influence of fossil fuel lobbyists. Fossil fuel lobbyists gained substantial influence in shaping U.S. energy policies during Trump's administration. Their involvement ensured that oil, gas, and coal remained dominant in the energy landscape. This influence was seen as a barrier to the adoption of cleaner energy solutions. The presence of fossil fuel lobbyists in policy making raised concerns about conflicts of interest. Critics argued that this influence perpetuated reliance on fossil fuels, despite the environmental and economic costs. The dominance of fossil fuels in policy decisions was viewed as a hindrance to progress in the renewable energy sector. 10. Impact on renewable energy jobs. The growth of renewable energy jobs was stunted under Trump's presidency, while fossil fuel jobs were prioritized. This focus on fossil fuels came despite a declining demand for such jobs. The administration's energy policies were criticized for not aligning with market trends. By prioritizing fossil fuel jobs, opportunities in the renewable sector were overlooked. This approach was seen as a missed chance to create sustainable employment opportunities. The emphasis on fossil fuels was viewed as a short-sighted strategy in the face of a changing energy landscape.